Most people think buying a car is simply a financial decision. You need transportation, you choose a vehicle, you make the payments. Simple. But in reality, for many people, buying a car becomes one of the biggest wealth-destroying decisions they ever make. Now, don't get me wrong. Cars are incredibly useful. Many people genuinely need them for work, to take their children to school, to visit family, or simply to earn a living. This isn't about saying cars are bad. It's about understanding the true cost of tying a large portion of your income to something that loses value every single year. Because here's the reality. Many people spend years working hard, earning money, saving what they can, only to direct a huge percentage of their income toward a vehicle. And while they're making monthly payments, the car itself is quietly losing value. Every single day. The difficult part is that depreciation doesn't feel painful. You don't wake up one morning and receive a notification saying your car just lost another $100 in value. There isn't an app reminding you that your vehicle is worth less today than it was yesterday. The loss happens quietly, slowly, almost invisibly, but it happens whether you notice it or not. And while your car is becoming less valuable, your monthly payment usually stays exactly the same. Think about that for a moment. Imagine buying a television for $2,000, agreeing to pay for it over several years, while knowing that every month it becomes worth less and less. Most people would never agree to that. Yet millions of people do something very similar with cars, not because they're irresponsible, but because that's simply what everyone around them seems to do. This process is called depreciation. Depreciation simply means an asset becomes less valuable over time. And cars are among the fastest depreciating purchases most people ever make. The moment a brand new car leaves the dealership, it immediately becomes worth less than what was paid for it. Then the depreciation continues year after year. Imagine making payments for 5 years on something that's becoming less valuable every month. Yet many people never stop to ask, what is this costing my future? Let's look at a simple example. Suppose someone has a car payment of $600 every month. That may not sound outrageous. In fact, many people pay much more. But let's use $600. Over 1 year, that's $7,200. Over 5 years, that's $36,000. But here's something many people forget. That's only the payment. It doesn't include insurance, fuel, routine maintenance, oil changes, new tires, registration fees, unexpected repairs, or higher insurance premiums that often come with newer vehicles. The true cost of owning that vehicle is often much higher than the monthly payment people focus on. And there's another expense that's easy to overlook: interest. Very few people walk into a dealership and pay cash. Most finance their vehicles, which means they're not only paying for the car, they're also paying the lender for borrowing the money. Imagine financing a $40,000 vehicle. Depending on the loan, you could pay several $1,000s in interest before it's fully paid off. Think about that. You're paying interest on something that's losing value every year. It's a double loss. The vehicle is depreciating, while the total amount you pay continues increasing. Now here's where things become really interesting. What if that same $600 each month had been invested instead? Let's assume it earned an average annual return of 8%. After 5 years, it could grow to more than $44,000. After 10 years, it could exceed $100,000. After 20 years, it could approach or even exceed $350,000. The exact numbers aren't the point. The principle is, every dollar has a job. When your money goes toward a depreciating asset, it cannot simultaneously be building your future. This is called opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is one of the most expensive financial concepts. Because it's invisible, you don't receive a bill for it. Nobody sends you a statement showing what your money could have become. You simply never see the wealth that might have existed. Every financial decision carries an opportunity cost. The real question is, are you receiving enough value in return? Let's imagine 2 friends. We'll call them James and David. Both are 30 years old. Both earn exactly the same salary. Both receive similar raises over the next decade. James decides to buy a brand new luxury SUV. His monthly payment is $700. David buys a reliable used vehicle. It isn't flashy. It won't impress strangers. Instead, David invests the difference every month. For the first few years, James appears more successful, Friends compliment his car. Neighbors admire it. People assume he's doing very well financially. David's vehicle receives almost no attention. It looks ordinary, but money doesn't care about appearances. Year after year, David's investments continue growing. James continues making payments. 10 years later, James owns a vehicle that's worth only a fraction of what he originally paid. David owns an investment portfolio that's working for him every single day. One person's money purchased status. The other person's money purchased future freedom. The difference wasn't income. The difference was where the money went. So, why do so many intelligent people make this mistake? Because cars are emotional purchases. They represent success, achievement, freedom, status, sometimes even self-worth. Car manufacturers understand this. Dealerships understand this. Advertisers certainly understand this. Notice what most advertisements focus on. They rarely ask, "Can you comfortably afford this vehicle?" Instead, they ask, "How much can you afford each month?" That question changes everything. Because once people begin focusing only on the monthly payment, they stop thinking about the total cost. A $600 payment suddenly feels reasonable, but over 5 or 6 years, that reasonable payment quietly becomes tens of thousands of dollars. Then something else happens, lifestyle inflation. As people's income increases, they often increase their lifestyle at exactly the same pace. The raise arrives. Instead of investing the extra money, they upgrade the car. A bigger salary leads to a bigger payment, a nicer vehicle, higher insurance, higher maintenance costs. Before long, they're earning more than ever, yet still living paycheck to paycheck. Not because they don't earn enough, but because every increase in income is matched by an increase in spending. This cycle keeps many hardworking people from building real wealth. Here's something wealthy people often understand. Real wealth isn't what people see. Real wealth is what people don't see. It's the investments quietly growing in the background. It's the retirement accounts, the emergency fund, the businesses, the stocks, the rental properties, the financial flexibility, the ability to handle unexpected expenses without panic, the freedom to choose how you spend your time. That's what wealth looks like. And often, those things are sacrificed when too much income is committed to expensive vehicles. This doesn't mean everyone should drive old or unreliable cars. That's not the lesson. Reliable transportation is important. Safety matters. Comfort matters. The lesson is balance. Buy transportation, not financial stress. Buy reliability, not unnecessary financial pressure. Choose a vehicle that supports your life without preventing you from building wealth. Because the goal isn't simply to look rich today. The goal is to become financially secure tomorrow. Before signing your next car loan, pause for just a moment. Don't ask only, "Can I afford the monthly payment?" Ask a better question. What future opportunities am I giving up to own this vehicle? Could this money build an emergency fund? Could it eliminate debt? Could it grow through investing? Could it create options for my family in the future? Those are the questions that change financial lives. Because cars can certainly take you places, but financial freedom gives you choices, and choices are far more valuable than appearances. If you're enjoying these practical financial lessons, subscribe to Money Talks Explained TV and turn on notifications. Every week, we simplify money, investing, and wealth building so you can make smarter financial decisions. Remember, the most expensive part of a car payment isn't always the monthly payment. It's the wealth you never had the opportunity to build. And that hidden cost can last for decades. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.